Bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. We are back today with another QC running banger. This is a low-key heater. Not a lot of people know about this shoe. And guess what? If you're looking for some hidden gems, if you're looking for a shoe that not a lot of people know about, you gotta check out the Supwell app. I guess you probably want a shoe that a lot of people know about and that is verified good. But Supwell app is the best hobby jogger community. It's also the best buy, sell, and trade marketplace out there. It's my app. You can get great deals on running shoes. People post the shoes that they're not running in. People post shoes that they have sitting in boxes that only have one run or no run. So if you're looking for a new race shoe or a speed shoe like this or a versatile daily trainer, make sure you're on the Supwell app. It's also the best community if you want motivation to keep getting after it daily. That's what we're about here on the Supwell running channel. All right, enjoy today's video. Tuesday morning. So this morning I'm headed out to Harrisburg, meet up with my friend Cam. We used to do track day Tuesdays every week. He's getting back into the swing of things running, so we're not going to do a big track day. Oh, there's Mace. But we're going to get some miles in. I'm going to make some coffee and then just get out of here. What's up, dude? Bang. This is the secret sauce. We're going Smoky Mountain Haze. Best jam ever. This is going to be fire on the toast this morning. It's raspberry jam with smoked maple. It's so good. And coffee is good to go. My problem with the filler is that it keeps it too hot.
That's not my problem. You just take off the lid.
Yeah, but even then, it's like it keeps it hotter than a normal mug. You know what I mean? That's the point. But when the lid is off, I want it to.
What the heck? Yeah.
I can't drink hot
I
coffee.
know, you just did. So yeah. Oh, grumpy. She just wants to dance. Okay. You want some chocolate milk?
Yeah,
Don't do that.
it's a secret thing.
Oh, if we can reach.
What's up?
I said I don't know if I can reach.
I love you guys.
Love you.
See ya.
Have a nice
Look at this. I'm super happy about this. I've been trying to do this or just thinking about doing it for 2 years. I finally did it. The new tires on the Jeep. I needed new tires anyway. I went up to the Max Cushion Gang 33s. It's tire shopping is horrible. It was honestly, it makes me realize what everyone goes through who comes to my channel and asks a question about, I'm looking for a daily trainer, I'm looking for this, I'm a new runner, because I know nothing about tires. But it's even worse because there's so many different variations. You have to get the right size, and then on each size there's other variables. So it's not even just like your shoe size. There's other variables about how thick the rubber is, what the rating, the load rating is, because this is a truck. It was crazy. It was craziness. And I usually make a joke like Supwell tires coming 2026. No, I want nothing to do with that. It was horrible. And I'm never thinking about tires again. All right, Charlie said I'm going to be in big trouble if she sees me driving and filming today. So It doesn't count until I'm down the driveway. So let's see how far we can push it before I get into big trouble. I think it's mostly because now she just doesn't want someone to call the cops on me again. It's fair. Alright, we're at the end of the driveway. I'll see you guys there. I'm at a stop sign now, so it doesn't count. I was going to show the sunrise, but you can't really see it now down here. So this is messing up the video quality now. They're messing with my bag. Alright, we are here. No filming today. We missed a beautiful sunrise. That's fine. It's fine. We missed a beautiful sunrise. That's fine. Barefoot Mafia doesn't want you to see the sunrise. Barefoot Mafia is sleeping in until 10 a.m. this morning, resting up those tired feet. Now, we're out here at the beautiful park today. I'm gonna get some mileage in. Cam usually comes around 8. It is 7. Oh, Lil Wayne is just saying reckless stuff. It's 7, so I'll pop down there, do an overview of these shoes, and then we can get some mileage in for 45 minutes before he gets here. Alright, so let's take a look at what we have in the magic bag this morning. Bada boom. Let's brighten it up. Do I only have one? No, I have 2. Bada bang. Here we go. So this is what we're running in this morning on Cloudboom Zone. I've run this thing a few times. I actually put it on the 5 best speed training list in the March power rankings because a few more people are picking it up now. It's starting to get that adoption in the hobby jogger community. Very underrated shoe. I want to do a revisit of it. Well, usually I have some ulterior motive for testing. I just like running this shoe, so I want to run it again, but also because I ran in the Cloudboom Echo last week, a shoe that I'd slept on for a long time and hadn't tested for some reason, and loved it. And that one reminded me of this a lot too. So gonna see if this can rise in the ranks of the April power rankings. And also just want to get some more miles in it, see how it does for a longer test this morning. I'll probably get closer to 12 miles. I don't have my lab kit out here. I'll probably do that when we get back home, but it's not a super max stack shoe. You do have good cushion back here. It doesn't feel low in the heel, but it feels more connected to the ground. Now, one of the issues with this shoe is it's over $200. It's, I think, $210 is the MSRP. Now, you can get them on a discount on secondary site if they pop up. It's called Onward. Some people have gotten them there. But MSRP is steep compared to everything else in the category. The only thing that's even close is the Hoka Mach X2, which is $190. But that is more of a long-run marathon training shoe. You're getting more stack and more cushion. This is a streamlined shoe. Somebody said it's a hard sell when everyone's comparing it to shoes that are $140, like the Hyperion 2s of the world and Rebels of the world. I think it's a class above those, 180 feels the right price to me, similar to something like the Asics Magic Speed 4. That one has a carbon fiber plate. This one does not, but in terms of non-plated speed training shoe with the 100% race foam midsole, and that is what this has here. It's full PIBA and it's fully amazing. It's just a tough sell at 210 bucks. So we'll get some miles in it this morning, give some updated thoughts. This is a banger for me. We'll see how it holds up though for a longer run. There's the sunrise, man. Look at that thing. People love to hate on On's design. I actually think this is a really good looking shoe. The laces are weird and the green-orange St. Paddy's Day vibe is weird, but the design of this shoe itself is fire. And the other reason this hasn't gotten any pop is On didn't sell it anywhere. They sold it on their website. Somebody told me it was a D2C release. It was a D2C release, bro. Do you know what D2C means? Direct to consumer. Yeah, I'm skeptical that it was purposefully a D2C release here. I think On just didn't, something was off with it. And so they didn't push it to anybody because they put all of their other shoes in Dick's, in Running Warehouse, everywhere. This one was only sold on their website. So maybe it was a D2C release, but why would they make one of their most expensive training shoes? This is their second most expensive training shoe. Why would they intentionally want it to be a smaller release? And the other thing, even if it was just purposefully a D2C release, why wouldn't they do any marketing? I saw literally zero marketing. They didn't send it out to any reviewers or Instagram influencers. They just dropped it silently. I don't really know what kind of a release strategy that was. But lacing it up here, it's got a nice snug, almost race fit, very performance feeling shoe. I'm not a huge fan of the laces, but the upper feels nice. It conforms to the foot, and this feels like a technical racing or speed running product. It feels like a piece of technology putting it on. It's one of those shoes where you lace it up, you want to run fast. This one feels like an evil robot on your feet. Now, the step in, not super soft, but I can feel that I have race foam, and you can see in the back that PIBA squish. But what's nice about this foam is it's not a super soft, squishy foam, but it does have some good energy return and bounce once you start get running. And it has great support for standing and walking. This might be a comfortable walking shoe. Let's do a walk test. Yeah, it's definitely a snugger fit, but I really like the way that this foam feels. It's just simple, good cushion in the forefoot and everything, lower drop. Let's go get some miles on this thing. You getting the mileage in?
Barely. Barely.
You putting the work in the gym? Getting the weights up?
A little bit, man. A little bit. Nothing I can brag on, bro. It's real basic.
Hobby jogger
right now.
lifestyle.
What's
You gotta
up,
do
y'all?
what you can, though, right?
I'm a real hobby man right now. I'm looking very unprofessional, dog. Holding on to crumbs of fitness.
10-mile weeks.
Crumbs of fitness, bro.
6-mile weeks.
Yo, we gonna get it back up,
Yeah.
man. We got Healthy Achievement 5K coming up.
Oh, yeah. What'd you run on that last year? Like 20?
I'm not gonna run what I ran last year, bro. Yeah, it was like 20. Yeah, it's a little bit more than 3.1.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's just early June.
Yeah, that's just a fun
I'm gonna
one,
go
though.
for under 22
Yeah.
for that right now, and then we'll just work it up from there. Once I get something on the mark for official race,
Yeah.
maybe I'll catch the bug.
That's the thing, is if you're not, yeah, I know what you mean.
Like,
if
my
you're
man
not
is
in it.
grind oriented. I'm not mentally built like him.
He's
He
different.
built. He a beast, true beast. I need something on the calendar.
Yeah. All right, I am 9.73 miles in here. Cam and I are doing laps around here. If you haven't seen me come out here before, it's about 800 meters around, half a mile. So half a mile around, and then when I get down to right there, we're hitting sprints or strides, 10 seconds. So I've hit about 8 of them so far. It's funny because the last time I came out here and we did this, I was in the Nimbus 27 and I was ripping 330s and 340s on these strides and sprints. My watch today is saying I'm maxing out around 347, mainly in the 350s, and even some 4 flat. So I'm not opening up as much today. These are a really fun shoe. Are they slower than the Nimbus though? I don't think so. I just don't have that much power this morning. All right, you ready? 12. It's just 0.1 more. Yeah, I'm at 11.89. I'm gonna close it out with 12. All right. Yeah, for sure. That's 12 and a half.
Oh yeah.
Bang.
Oh,
Back at it.
yeah, bro.
What watch is that?
The 165.
Garmin?
Yeah.
Or I really want to check out a Garmin.
It's got the better display.
It's the OLED. Yeah, this one does not have that. It's very dull.
The photos seem like it's more accurate.
More accurate? Yeah, it's actually really good for GPS. Yeah. What do we get? 12 and a half. Almost 2 hours. 1 hour, 40 minutes. 8:04 pace. Good sprints in there. These shoes are so good. It's like the Evo SL. Yeah, I have so many extra right now too.
For real?
Yeah. You need a white one. I can get you a white one.
White probably straight for the salt, but the dirt,
Yeah.
I had to wash
The dirt,
it. These are
yeah.
washable.
Yeah, exactly.
And they could sell to anything else, right? Anything else. Right. I mean, YouTube, slow grind it and see what happens. Like, dude, that they like. You know,
I'm definitely gonna have to cut this.
Oh, you gotta remove it? But I feel like.
So I'm gonna head out of here. I just said bye to Cam. I ended up getting 12.5 miles. I was hoping to get 14, so I didn't have to run again today because my afternoon is just crazy. But I'll probably run again. I like running again. I like running. I like stacking mileage. So we'll get another 4 or something this afternoon. And man, I am super happy with, where's the shoe? I'll just pull it out. Yeah, I am super happy with how this thing performed. It is just so fun and easy to run in. This is how a lot of people describe the Evo SL. That shoe has just never done it for me. It's good for speed, but doesn't feel that good for daily miles. This is the same exact formula as the Evo SL. You have the midfoot shank, you have the full race foam, and it's so fun and peppy, and it's just a nice shoe. And I didn't think it was gonna perform that great over the 12 miles, but I felt like I could have gone longer. So this is almost the best version of what the Rebel V4, Nike Pegasus Plus, even Rebel V3, maybe even Saucony Endorphin Speed 3, that lower to the ground, and this is not a low stack shoe, but the best version of that streamlined lower to the ground type of shoe, the Hoka Mach 5s of the world. They've perfected the formula in this. It's a really nice ride. And yes, it's expensive, but it should be the best if you're gonna pay $210. I have no problem running in an expensive shoe or even recommending an expensive shoe to other people if it's giving excess value. And this one, it feels that it's given excess value. Now, On does put a price premium above even having it be expensive. At $180, I'd feel a lot more comfortable recommending this. $210 still does feel steep, but it's a banger. It's a really nice shoe. So I'm gonna drive home, refuel, get some more miles in later. Bada boom, bada bang. And look at this. There's nothing better than a top off on the Jeep in April in the Carolinas. Let's go.
Cash, young money, and I'm eating all the rest. Rockstar lifestyle, might not make it.
Where did I go?
Yeah.
I went to go see my friend. Where'd you go?
Listen,
Cam.
we shouldn't go do something.
You didn't go to something? You were just hanging out? Bang. Beautiful shoe and beautiful day. The weather has just been too perfect recently, and I know I have seen the emojis, and anytime it's like this, you know, the rain emojis on the weather app, I can just tell, because every day I'm coming out here and saying it's perfect. That means we're gonna have a 4-day streak of just rain, and then I'm gonna be going to the treadmill every day, I guess. But I wanted to do post-run thoughts right now. I'm likely gonna get some more miles in this afternoon, but my schedule today is wild, so I don't know if I'm gonna have time to talk about it later. So let's just talk about it now. So I have, I think, 4 or 5 runs on this thing now. I've loved every single run in it. It's one of those shoes where I cannot have a bad run. And the theme of these shoes, where I lace them up every time, put a smile on my face, I have a good run, is that the midsole experience. All of my favorite shoes are bouncy, are easy to run in, and I don't have to think about it. This has all of these qualities to it. Now let's throw up the run this morning. So I got 12 miles. I did a variety of paces. So 4-mile warm up by myself into some strides. And then I did sprints with Cam. And then we did some just normal jogging around that track. So everything from a 3, I don't know what the fastest sprint I did, but 3:30 pace, 3:40 pace stride sprint right there, down to a 9-minute mile. We were doing 9-minute miles around the track. And this thing is perfect. This, to me, is how a lot of people feel about the Evo SL. A shoe with the race foam, with a midsole that's tuned for bounce and speed, that is also great for everyday miles. Now, if you look at what On put on the back here, I actually love this. They put 99, and somebody told me, I don't think they were messing with me, but somebody told me that this stands for 99%, as in this is the shoe that can handle 99% of your training. They have another 99 right here. So you do all of your miles in this, your everyday miles, your long runs, your tempo runs, your workouts, and then the 1% is race day, and you use the Cloudboom Zone or the Cloudboom Strike. That's what they would want you to use, not Strike, Cloudboom Echo or Cloudboom, what is it? Yeah, Strike and Echo, and then this is the Zone. Not the Zone. Use the Strike or the Echo for race day, the Zone for training. And I have to say, today is the day that shifted my mindset on this shoe. Before, I thought it was a pure speed training shoe, a fast high-end shoe, but you are getting more capability out of this. You are getting more than even the Rebel, and that's what this keeps, and it's not a bad thing, right? The Rebel V3, and I'm not talking about the V4, Rebel V3, one of my favorite shoes of all time. I use that for everyday miles. I even used it for up to a 16-mile long run. I would have gone 20 in it if I were doing 20s at the time. I loved that thing. It was so capable. It was punched above its weight because of the midsole, that TPU EVA blend, one of the best training foam midsoles of all time. Very similar capability and character to the shoe, except you get even more stack in it than the Rebel. And we have to remember, stack heights are going up, but 40 millimeters or 37 millimeters, we'll throw this in the lab and see. I'm guessing 37 around that in the back. That's still 37, so it is not a low stack shoe. A few years ago, you have to remember the Saucony Triumph 20. That was one of my first max cushion shoes. That was considered the highest that you would go in the back, and that's around 37, 38. So this is lower, or I wouldn't even call this low stack. This is moderate stack, but because of the race foam in here, and because it's not super soft, it feels more protective than you might expect. So today was the day where going out there for almost 2 hours, no bottoming out, there's no fatiguing at all in this foam. It stands up really well to the time on feet. My mindset shifted from just thinking, okay, this is a speed training shoe like the Topo Cyclone or like the Pegasus Plus, to this is a viable daily trainer. This is a viable high mileage shoe where, yeah, it's $210, but maybe I could throw a ton of mileage on this thing. I could start seeing a dream rotation shaping up in my mind now, where maybe it's, you have the Mag Max, you have the OG Prime X Strung, and you have this, and then you have a race shoe. That would be something like the perfect rotation. But I love this shoe because it has the speed capability of the Rebels and of those faster shoes, but it still feels decently comfortable for the everyday miles. Now, downside, the fit is super snug, and that's where this is different than a daily trainer. So last time I did this workout or that run, I told you I was in the Nimbus 27. That upper, way roomier, way more forgiving. Even something like the Mag Max, that feels like more of a relaxed training upper. I'm standing in the 1080 V13s right now. This feels like more of a relaxed everyday mileage upper. This thing, this has a race fitting upper. It's very snug. I almost felt some discomfort on the upper and the back when I first started running in the shoe. So it's not the friendliest for wide feet. It's not gonna be the friendliest if you like a ton of room. I do think going up half a size could help. Now, the other thing was, ironically, for the speed portion of that run, I felt slower today, and my splits were saying I was slower today in this shoe than I was in the Nimbus. That just goes to show you how much of training and our performance is based on us and us driving these shoes, not the shoes themselves. But I was hitting equivalent splits in this to the Nimbus. It wasn't like I was getting a lot more pop off the top end speeds on the Nimbus, but my legs just didn't have that torque today. So I don't think it's definitely not going to give as much speed assistance as a true race shoe. You don't have the carbon fiber plate. It is very similar to the Evo SL in that you have the midfoot plastic piece here. I'm not feeling a whole lot of that doing anything in the shoe. But it's also, this foam is tuned perfectly. It's not super soft and squishy, and it's not super mushy. It's a really nice, capable shoe of doing a bunch of things. So the way I would think about this is, you have different flavors of daily trainers on the market. You have the more versatile ones like the Nova Blast 5s and the Aeroglides of the world that are tuned for fun and bounce. You have the old school, no nonsense, gel cumulus types of shoes, Saucony Ride types of shoes, very reliable, designed for walking and running. You have the what used to be called premium daily trainers or max cushion shoes, the Triumphs of the world, Nike Invincible 3, Asics Gel Nimbus 27. You have the Super Max Stack and the Max Cushion Gang daily trainers, Skyward X, Mag Max, Super Blast, and then you have the faster daily trainers. These are all different flavors of shoes that different types of runners or runners at different cycles or even for different runs of the week use for their aerobic development miles. And some of them are more versatile than others, but a lot of these shoes can be used for different types of runs. This is in the fast daily trainer category. Rebel, Peg Plus, Hyperion 2. Adidas Evo SL2. This is the best out of all those. Now, what I want to compare this to is the Boston 12, or the 13. Where I think the 13 might take it is purely because that has the energy rods in the forefoot being faster on the top end speed. But man, the comfort and the bounce and the fun in this is a different level than the 13. But just speed versus speed, the Boston might be faster, and the Boston I think has a better upper. I'll do a full comparison, but the midsole is just special. It's like if Adidas made a full midsole of the Light Strike Pro, which they did in the Evo SL, but this is just a better shoe than the Evo SL. This foam, and I know people probably think I'm just gassing this up or being a contrarian. I'm not. This foam is special, and it does feel very similar to the Light Strike Pro, and I don't know, something about the Light Strike Pro and the Evo SL just did not work for me, and the geometry is not great. And it's funny because this has an identical drop or very similar drop to the Evo SL, but the geometry is just better for me. It's not forcing me to land a certain way. With the Evo SL, it just feels awkward having to hit that rocker in the right spot. Our friend Midlife Runner summed it up the best for me, which it's a gray zone shoe. It's too slow for fast, high-end speed, especially if you're in that sub-3 category and you're running a lot of your speed workouts 630, 620 and faster. It doesn't have the bite in the forefoot that we come to expect from our carbon plated shoes. And I think most sub-3 runners these days are doing their speed workouts in carbon plated shoes. So it doesn't match up there. And then it doesn't have the comfort of all of the other daily trainers outside of the fast daily trainer segment. So it's not as comfortable as the Nova Blast of the world, not as comfortable, definitely not as comfortable as a Nimbus or a Mag Max. So it's kind of that middle zone where you want to rip, but not rip too fast because it doesn't have that bite. This isn't caught in the middle zone for me. This feels really nice across every single pace. When I'm running slower, it doesn't feel that it's encouraging me to hammer in the same way as some of these other shoes do. And that's not just an Evo SL thing, it's a category thing. The Peg Plus does that as well. The Rebel does that as well. Now, I'm not saying this is as good for recovery runs as the Nimbus, but it can handle that work. That is what you're getting from the $210 price point. You are getting more capability, more cushion, more comfort, and the full race foam here is just amazing. So let's go through our 3 questions that we usually answer in the first run review. I've been doing it when I do these revisits too, just because it's been a long time since we talked about the shoe. So first, how does this do versus the intended purpose? Again, we have the 99 thing here. So On designed this to be a shoe that can handle 99% of your training. They also designed this to be a speed training shoe. Excellent job at that. The confusing thing about this shoe to me is if that's the purpose, if you want this to be the shoe that handles everything, why did you bury it? And also, why did you make it so expensive? This is just a niche, hyper premium product. If you compare it to all of those other shoes, they're much cheaper. If they were trying to make this the Super Blast competitor, I would have made it a more comfortable upper, and I think they could have made this a viable Super Blast competitor, but the marketing was just weird. But thinking about the ride of it purely, very versatile. That 99% thing is true. I'm going to do another run this afternoon, do some high mileage testing. I'm not going to come out and actively hammer high mileage days in any of those other lower stack shoes. I do it, but I do it for the test, but it's not enjoyable. This one is really enjoyable for the longer miles, surprisingly. So the stack is there, the comfort is there, the bounce is there. And then question number 2, how does it do versus the category? This is really shining with the full race foam midsole. That is the difference here. That's different than any of those other shoes, 140 or 160. You're not getting the luxury of the bounciness, the luxury of what a full PIBA midsole can do. On completely nailed it here. And people have been searching for what is that full race foam midsole as a banger. People thought the Topo Spectre was going to be it. That was not it. The Super Blast is too hard and crunchy for some people. This is it. If you want that full non-plated race foam experience, this is really nice. I do think some people should go half a size up, but this has it. So you're going to have a bouncier experience, especially at those slower miles. You don't have to put all the mustard into the shoe to get it going. Mosquitoes, man. And then versus the rest of the market, this is lighter weight, this is more streamlined, this is lower to the ground, and it's refreshing. I don't want to run in lower stack every day, relatively lower stack, but it's much different. It's not a max cushion gang shoe, and I think this would be a really nice option to rotate with a higher stack shoe like a Glizzy or like a Mag Max. Now, the price point, $210. That's just a tough pill to swallow, and it's hard for me. I said this earlier. It's hard for me to recommend an expensive shoe, and it's hard for me to say whether it's worth it or not. For me, I enjoy putting miles on this shoe, and I buy everything, so I am less price sensitive. But as a reviewer and a recommender, if you can get this 180 or below, that's what feels appropriate to me. It feels, I am getting, think about it this way, $40 more capability versus a Rebel or a Hyperion 2 or a Mach 6. That's what feels right to me. It doesn't feel $70 better than those shoes, but if you're not price sensitive and you're looking for a new experience and something fun and you want to try something that doesn't have a carbon fiber plate for your speed days, this is a really good choice. So for the sickos out there, the connoisseurs, the people who want to taste the different midsoles of the world, this is a really good buy. You're not going to be disappointed in this. There's nothing disappointing about this shoe. Great bounce. It's not the bountiest. You're not getting OG Primex Strung levels of bounce, but Takumi Sen levels of bounce. Think about if the Takumi Sen was more comfortable, wider, and didn't have the energy rods. Very similar experience to this. Takumi Sen Daily Trainer without the energy rods. And the energy rods do make a big difference. That's what gives the bite on the forefoot. That's what this is lacking versus the carbon shoes. It doesn't have the same, I can just dig into the front and really explode, but for slightly slower than those efforts, so for marathon pace and for my everyday miles, so 7 to 8 minutes, it's an absolute banger. So $210 is expensive, but it's got the full race foam. I think a good alternative for a lot of people too will be the Evo SL. That was a disappointing shoe for me, but this is a better package than the Evo SL. It's put together better. The upper quality is better. The Evo SL has a cheap upper. Evo SL might take it for rubber, but this also has really good rubber coverage on the front and the back. So $60 more expensive than the Evo SL. If you don't want to pay over $200, I would get the Evo SL, or I would get the Peg Plus is another good option, which you could find dang near half the price of this. I think Dick's was running a sale on the Peg Plus for $107 recently. But if you're looking for something new and you can find a good deal on this, I would highly recommend it. One of the best speed training shoes up there. It's for sure going to start climbing the ranks of the power rankings. This is a special shoe. I have no idea why On decided to bury the release of it. I hope in the Cloudboom Zone 2, they don't do that. Maybe just widen out the upper, just fixing the upper. And the thing about the upper that's so weird is On is known for having these wide, baggy uppers. I have this in a 10.5. The Cloud Monster Hyper, I also have that in a 10.5. That fits super long. And then I have this in a 10.5, and it's snug. So that is weird, but clean up the upper issues on, re-release this Cloudboom Zone 2, just a minor upper update, and maybe change the fit. It will be a banger. And please drop the price to $180. There's no reason, or even $190. There's no reason this needs to be above $200. That's just egregious. Absolutely egregious, but really good shoe. I got a refuel now. Then we're gonna get some mileage this afternoon. This has got to be the best shoe that a brand doesn't want you to buy. It's like, it's that yeah, I can't even talk because it's just so confusing. It's like On actively doesn't want you to buy it. Let's just make it ridiculously expensive and let's not sell it anywhere. Like, this is their best training shoe by far. It's not even close. This is what people thought the Cloud Monster Hyper was going to be. This is what people thought the regular Cloud Monster was going to be. People thought the Cloud Eclipse would have the bounce of this. It's by far their best training shoe. And then they do this really weird thing, which makes no sense to me. It's not even on Running Warehouse. What the heck? Refuel today. We're doing another boy lunch. I told you yesterday, everyone knows about girl dinner. This is boy lunch. So I have the mac and cheese. Charlie is giving me a weird look. I'm using the lentils. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah, so the Daya vegan mac. This is about, I guess, as healthy as you could get from Box Mac. It's vegan, gluten-free, brown rice, pasta. It's solid. And then this is actually really good. It's, what is it, lentil bolognese? Yeah, lentil bolognese is fire with carrots, lentils. Probably just put this on top. It's kind of a weird combination, but it's pasta with bolognese. It's a banger. It's crazy because we can just jump just immediately from one scene to the next. But I've just been all over the place today. I want to throw the Cloudboom Zone in the lab really quick because I've never done the Stackerator and I haven't done a weigh-in in a long time. So let's do that, and then I still need to get my miles in. It's late today. This is probably one of my latest afternoon runs. But let's see. So left shoe on Cloudboom Zone. Look at that, 244 grams. That's actually lighter. You're not going to believe this. Bang. Lighter than the Evo SL. I'm telling you, this shoe is better than the Evo SL. Let's see what else it's lighter than. Hoka Mach 6 potentially. I do have this one bigger. But look at that, lighter than the Hoka Mach 6. This is 257 grams. Adidas Evo SL2. Boom. Lighter than the SL2. That's also 257. Boston 13. A lot lighter than the Boston 13, which is 274. And then if we compare it to the Rebel, it's not lighter than the Rebel. Rebel is 223. Let's see where the stack comes in as well. So I actually have no idea. My guess is 37. 37 in the back is my guess. Oh, so close. 36.5. That was really close. That's actually taller, for some context, taller than the Boston 13. This is what I'm saying. This is a really solid shoe. Let's compare that to the Evo. A random lifestyle shoe is better than the Evo SL. So the Evo has it by 2 millimeters. Let's see the other side here. This one's slightly lower, 35.6. So it averages out to around 36. I actually think 36, 37, that's solid. It's on the lower end for a daily trainer, but this felt like it had enough cushion. And the thing you have to remember is a lot of these soft foams compress down a ton. So even if a shoe is saying it's 41 in the back, if it's super soft or you're putting power down into it, it's going to feel lower. This compresses just enough for me and snaps back to where that 36, 37 doesn't feel super low. It doesn't feel like a particularly low stack shoe. It feels a lot higher up than something like the Rebel. Right. I have some more meetings and then close it out with one more run on this guy. I'm doing this run just as much for myself and my weekly mileage as this test. But it will be good to see how this responds after having 12 miles on it. Ooh. Run number 2. Definitely no singing today. Yesterday I was saying if I'm singing on the second run, that's a good barometer for how I'm feeling. And the thing is, you would think the quicker turnaround, because I'll typically go out on my lunch break, you would think that the quicker turnaround is worse because, you only have 2 hours or 3 or 4 hours to recover between the morning run and the afternoon run. No, it's actually better. It's like a weird cycle of the body thing. You recover, get the food, and then bang, go back out again. So it's the first half of the day is loaded with activity. Now, I feel like I'm ready to sleep. It's after work and everything. So it's a tough way to double. I feel like I missed the window. But we're going to get it in regardless. My day is always better after the second run. So it'll be nice to just get out here and move the legs. I had a thinner sock on earlier. That was definitely better with this upper. I do like this upper, though, just lacing it up and everything. Laces aren't the best. I forgot to mention this earlier, I did have to retie on the right laces. Not the best, not the worst. They're fine. All right. 30-minute 4-mile run. Let's do it.
Let's go. Prime putting in work. Delivering daily like Supwell. Oh, man. I need to trim that tree.
The thing is, I did trim it 2 weeks ago, but I trimmed it to be Jeep size, not Amazon truck size. 4 miles, 8:09 pace. And it's funny because I was actually moving pretty good at the end, but my first mile there, I was racing the watch. I'm not above it. I'm not above racing the watch to not see a certain pace. I almost ran a 9-something minute mile. And I was running 9-minute miles earlier with Cam. But that's what I'm telling you, man. Waiting this long in the day to run, it's like the worst time of day for some reason. It just doesn't work with my zodiac sign or something. These late afternoon runs. But yeah, this is a complete certified mileage machine banger. Great for pace. The one thing is, it is short. It fits short in a 10.5, especially compared to other On shoes. But I think they might be swinging into a different direction, because the Cloud Surfer 2 also felt snugger. That one was terrible. But yeah, this is the best On shoe by far. I like this for its intended purpose more than the Hyper. It's also $10 cheaper than the Hyper, and you could use this if you get the right size, the half size up. You could use this for the same types of runs as the Hyper, and it's that awesome PIBA. This is amazing PIBA. Very similar, if not the identical PIBA to what's in the Echo. I love this thing. So who should get this shoe? If you want a fun daily trainer and you are not price sensitive, this is the way to go. If you want a speed shoe and you do not want a plate, so non-plated speed, this is the best. This is the best option. And again, it's $210, but not everyone's going to be price sensitive. I review and buy everything to test everything. And if we're strictly speaking about performance here, not considering the price, this is the best one. It's the best at what it does. It provides the best ride. It's incredible. And it feels great for all paces, but I noticed, especially when I'm landing more flat-footed and putting power down, man, I can feel that speed board, what they call it, the plastic shank, working and giving even more snap off the midfoot here, just having that slightly firmer plate to push off of here. So if you want a fun speed shoe, the other category I would say is you could even do longer runs with this. I went almost 2 hours this morning. I did over 2 hours of running in this today. So if you want a lower stack shoe for long runs that's lightweight, this is incredible, man. It can really handle the longer time on feet. It punches above its weight. And it's a nice alternative to the taller stack foams. I'm still max cushion gang. There's a 100% chance I'm going to be running in something high stack for my afternoon run tomorrow. But if you don't like the higher stack, or you just want a nice switch up, bada boom, bada bang, Cloudboom Zone. So I really like this. Yes, it's $210, but it's a legit shoe. If you have the money to spend and are looking for all the things that I described, this is a great pick. My favorite new On shoe, but they've had a lot of good shoes. I don't even know. I forgot about the Strike. I don't know if it's the best On shoe, but the best On training shoe by far. The Strike is really good, and the Echo is really good as well. So they have 4 really solid shoes in their lineup. The Zone, the Strike, the Echo, and the Hyper. It's just their price eliminates the training shoes from consideration for a lot of people. All right, that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you all. I'll be back tomorrow with another video.